Hello and welcome back to Nick's World. I want to talk about dog training again. What is proper dog training? Well, every dog trainer I met in my life has his own philosophies and beliefs in his training methods he puts together because he thinks they are the most effective. Now, I believe what is even more important than knowledge of training techniques is the knowledge of your dog. Learn to know your dog before you start training your dog. How much can he retain on what he learns? How much is how long is his attention span? How does your dog react to certain training methods? And that goes for the tools you use in training, exactly the same like collars, leashes. Dogs are like children a little bit. Every dog learns a different way. So that's very, very important to remember. Learn to know your dog. Take time to learn to know your dog. And that helps you a great deal once you start training the dog. And pick a trainer where you can agree on the philosophies, because there are so many dog techniques to teach, like reward-based, non-reward-based, you name it. It's all flying around, all these expressions. Obviously, you want to find a kind of way to train your dog. And I can give you a really good example with my Nix and training her to walk. My Nix is perfect on walks, except that towards the end of the walk she starts pulling because she wants to go home. So I tried all kinds of collars, leashes to train her, and nothing really worked the way I wanted it to work. And I was missing something, totally missing something that I didn't really observe. Number one, I didn't realize how good she actually is when she walks. She sits, she lays down, she turns around, she walks in another direction. I barely have to give a command, she does it right away. I had to figure out what collar she best responds to, that she stops pulling so hard that she could hurt herself. I had to understand that her chattiness, her voice, her talking during the walk, and she doesn't even pull, is something breed related, and I just figured that out halfway already, and yesterday all the way, because my neighbor has a dog that is almost similar in color and size like my dog, and it's a shepherd mix too, like my baby. And she told me, I met her yesterday outside as she was walking her dog, so we talked a little bit and the dog started complaining like mine does. And I started laughing and said, mine does that too. And she said, yeah, he does that sometimes, long stretches of the walk and really, really loud. I said to her, welcome to my world. So it's pretty normal. You have to realize that some things are normal for your dog to do, and that's nothing bad. So just keep that in mind when you train your dog. He probably does a lot of things already really, really good, and focus on that and then build on it very slowly. I still believe the most important ingredient to successfully train your dog is obviously what we talked about, learn to know your dog. And that helps you with bonding too, if you know your dog, by the way. And patience. Love your dog in a way that you're patient enough and not lose it. Never train your dog when you're upset or when you know that you could lose it if your dog doesn't do what you want. And the third one is consistency. If you train your dog, just remember that doesn't happen in 10 minutes. Some things go really fast depending on your dog. It's like the sit command. That's probably, in my opinion, the easiest one to teach. Because if you give your dog a treat and he stands in front of you and you put the treat a little bit off his head and then slowly put it back, then the dog goes back too, and then his butt goes down naturally, and then you just compliment the dog, say sit, and then say good dog, and do that a few times and they have that down really fast. Even the shake can come natural in some occasions. So remember, most things don't come natural. So you have to be very patient. On the walk, what I do, when she gets a little pulley, I just go into driveways, I turn around, make her sit. So she has to pay attention to everything I do. She cannot just go forward because one ear is always in my direction, folded down, her little shepherd ears, and she really listens, making sure that she follows me, and that keeps her from pulling, and eventually it softens. She's a lot better now. She doesn't do much of that anymore. But it takes time, lots of time, at least with mine. Yours might be different. It has other problems. So if you have questions about training, how you should go about it, I would say my opinion is first learn to know your dog. If you are unsure about techniques, interview a few dog trainers and pick the one that you feel most chemistry and feel you can agree with their choice of training tools and training methods, and learn the basics. Most of the time you don't have to learn more. You just have to learn how your body language when you interact with your dog, how to give commands, the right timing, how to use different collars and leashes. It's kind of the basic. Once you have that down, you can teach your dog everything except they have a very specific problem. So I hope that's going to help you a little bit in your quest of a very well-trained dog. Believe me, mine is not perfect. There is a lot of stuff I didn't do yet right, but the walk and how she behaves outdoors is pretty darn good, considering where she came from. Until next time, have a super day.